Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keene from God TV Radio. If you'd like to support me and give a one-time donation, you can go up to PayPal. Link is in my description. You can also see it right under the logo, Brett Keene. If you'd like to be a part of my live chats in the future, you can join me either in Discord if I'm doing a live hangout, or in Google where people are able to use their webcams. All you have to do is email me, let me know, give me a brief explanation of what you're about, and I'll provide you a link and you can be in my future shows. Also, if you want to contact me, you can also use the same email that is one of my main emails for people to be able to get in touch. Also, check out minds.com/Brett Keene, where I post videos and articles and blogs that are not seen on YouTube, that are not considered politically correct. Well, at 9 o'clock, I was supposed to do an interview with an extremely popular Christian by the name of Matt Powell. This has been going off and on for about a month now, and Mr. Matt Powell has emailed me yet again, hours before the interview, letting me know that something has come up. Apparently, he's having issues with the grandfather. Off and on all month, he has been stating he wants to interview me, but every time we get ready to do it, something terrible happens, something horrific, and he's got to deal with it, and so be it. God bless. All right, so many of you out there know Mr. Gman. The last video that Gman has done on YouTube was called I'm Almost Out of Here, where he left a house that Shanny for Christ had allowed him to stay in whenever he lost his job and didn't have anywhere to go. As many of you know, Shanny for Christ and Revelation Jason ended up throwing him out of the house, and the last time he was seen was walking during the most coldest time in winter yet, in below temperature weather, without a cap, without a hoodie, without a hat to keep his head warm, and he had no idea that it was going to be one of the worst winters yet. The last time he was seen was out in the freezing cold of winter, trying to find a roof to put over his head. We have not heard from him. We do not know if he is dead. We do not know if he is injured. We don't know if he's in a hospital somewhere with a serious wound, if he may have fallen in some ice or been frozen in the snow or whatever. We do know, however, that there are thousands of people who froze to death, homeless people, just within the last week alone. Anybody can type that in and see for yourself. He was in Pennsylvania walking down the highway in the freezing cold due to Shanny for Christ not willing to negotiate or rationalize some kind of deal or discussion with him. While this has been happening, Shanny for Christ has repeatedly made videos of Gman stating that he's an awful person and that the Christian community should not love him or support him or forgive him because he's done horrible, terrible things. I even have a phone call recorded between me and her where she states that she would like to see a bullet in his head, that she would like to see a Christian brother dead. When Christians have asked her what is it that he's done so terrible, she continuously accuses him of terrible criminal acts, but does not give any evidence to her claims whatsoever. And whenever she was asked on the telephone by myself, she was not willing to even in private give any of this information. Apparently, she thinks it's okay to get on the internet and publicly call someone every name in the book, criminalize them, execute them, persecute them, but not give any kind of reason on why it is that we should believe or trust a damn word that comes out of her mouth. Well, I don't know what to say, ladies and gentlemen. I am curious how the Christian community is going to react if we find out that Gman has died. Gman is not some kind of rocket scientist. He's not the greatest debater in the world, but he's always been a guy who's been very brave, had a lot of courage, and has been willing to go into rooms and take on tons of atheists all at the same time and defend Jesus and the Bible the best way he knows how. And unfortunately, this looks like a terrible fate that has been rendered to Gman. I really have no idea what's happening. Gman has my phone number. He has many, many different ways to contact me. Most people know that if Gman is okay or things are going all right with him, he would most likely have recorded a video by now and let everybody know that he's okay. But he has not. It's been a few days, and I have a feeling something as terrible has happened. I wonder just how people are going to act towards Shanny for Christ, because it is her fault why it is that Gman is in the position that he is in now. Some people may have watched his other live hangouts where he was frantic and panicking and having anxiety, and I hope that people understand the reason why he was talking so delirious and so crazy-like was because he was frightened. He was a guy who was about to find himself out in the street, as you see here in the video, and he didn't know what to do with himself. He didn't have any money to his name. He was not given enough time to establish a job. So I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. This has put a bad taste in my mouth whenever it comes to Christianity and how brothers and sisters in Christ kind of stood back and allowed this kind of issue to happen. A few Christians, I remembered during one of his last hangouts, he sent some money to him. There was even some atheists out there that sent some money because they felt like the issue was so stupid and so ignorant that even atheists were sending money to him and trying to help him out. I'm not exactly sure at what extent, but Gman had said that the help that was given to him by atheists as well as religious people would perhaps help him to be able to get a roof over his head somewhere, some way. People have to remember, though, that Gman does not drive. He has acknowledged many times in his videos that he does not have a vehicle of his own, and he does not have some kind of friend that can drive him around. Apparently, whenever he lived in New Jersey, he had buses, he had the ability to take taxis, but wherever he was in Pennsylvania, they do not have the same kind of system set up that big giant cities and towns have. It is what it is. Looks like he's in some kind of country town, and country towns don't tend to have a whole lot of buses going through, and rarely do they have taxis can pick you up whenever you're in the middle of an emergency. I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if something is wrong with Gman, if he's been hurt or injured due to this process, due to what has happened between him and other Christians, I can assure you that it'll be devastating for my faith. It'll be devastating whenever I look at other Christians on the internet. This is a guy who has acquired over 11,000 subscribers. He has non-believers and religious people who admire and respect him. If something has happened to him due to this kind of stupidity, I can't imagine that I will be the same Brett Keane that many of you know and love. I have been friends with Gman for years now. Yes, we've had our disagreements and we've had our theological differences, but if something has happened to this man, it's going to be very, very difficult for me to be able to carry on the strength of defending a religion that allows someone like him to be destroyed just over stupid shit on the internet. It is what it is. All right. If I hear any news or he contacts me or ends up making a new video, I'll let everybody know. Unfortunately, I fear the worst. God bless.